Glad it's finally game week.
Yeah, for sure. I can't speak for everybody. Like I said, we're tired of hitting each other. We're ready to go out and compete and score some actual points. Not necessarily like, hey, we scored 2 drives this time. We're ready to put something on the scoreboard and show what we're all about.
I mean, how much, especially for you, there's been all this talk about your development in the offseason, stuff like that. Are you looking to make a statement on Saturday and show that it was more than just talk?
Yeah, I think the statements will come throughout the year. Obviously, this is game 1. We're focused on game 1. You can't make a statement with this one game, but I had a couple of good, decent games last year. We string it together as an offense. Really proved that we're a mature group now. We were young last year.
How much have you worked against Jordan Ulmer, and how impressive has he been to be atop the depth chart there at safety?
Yeah, he's a real long guy, real quick. You think he can maybe squeeze in a ball off his ear every once in a while, but with that long arms he has, he makes it difficult. Looking at those guys, I wasn't sure he was going to be able to come in and really contribute right off the bat. I've seen a lot of guys step up, and he was one of them for sure.
I'm sorry, this light is really bad for television. Can we shift?
I agree.
Can you turn around?
So you actually have the sun coming out of the back of your head. So
It just looks.
heavenly.
I'm sorry. We gotta switch.
We'll switch.
How much have you talked to teammates, maybe the ones from Houston, about what's going on there and trying to make sure that like Jamon and guys like that are doing okay?
Yeah, I talked to Jamon at breakfast this morning. He said not a lot you can do right now at that time, just pretty much waiting it out. Said nothing's been too bad with his family, so that was encouraging. My dad came down, it was a couple weekends ago, or last weekend on Friday. I went to go watch my cousin play. He started talking to me about it, and that was the first time I heard about it. He didn't, bring it up, wasn't trying to get pity about it, so he took it pretty tough.
You mentioned as a whole that you guys have improved, from last year to this year. But what specifically, have you noticed maybe from a certain position group, whether it's the wide receivers, tight ends, running backs, that has really stood out?
Yeah, the wide receivers have done an excellent job of, becoming more of intelligent football players rather than just we'll go out there and try to run fast or, catch the ball and make a quick cut. They've learned about defenses. Coach Hill's done an amazing job with them on how to diagnose zone or whether it's man coming at them, how to run a route off certain coverages, and I think that's going to be a huge part of this year.
How much are you guys paying attention to the fact that you're playing another school with Missouri in the name?
Not too much. We're trying to come out and get a win. They're trying to come out and get a win. If you want to look at it as a rivalry or, a Missouri team playing a Missouri team, it can add a little flair to it. But in the end, they're going to play defense. I'm playing offense, and I'm going to try to score points.
How do you hope it sets the tone? Or what would you like to essentially see to kind of set a standard for week 1, then go into week 2?
I just want to see us come out and execute. We made a lot of little mistakes last year, and a lot of mistakes that, in the end, down the stretch, to finish games ended up hurting us. Obviously, you don't want to be in the position at the end of the game where one play is going to determine the game. You want to be up by a couple touchdowns. But if we can come out and execute and do all those little things right that that we've worked to improve so much in the summer and during camp, then I'll be a happy guy.
How much comfortable are you with Tristan at center, and how much improvement have you seen from him since spring, summer, preseason camp?
Yeah, he's a different dude. I've said it before, but freshman year, I didn't have too much confidence in that he would be playing for us this next year. But the more and more I watched him, the more and more he got to compete against our ones. It was an easy one. He should be playing with us. I think he does an amazing job of communicating. He's vocal. A lot of guys at that age aren't necessarily vocal. They're more in their shell, letting maybe Paul on the outside or Tyler communicate. But he's doing an amazing job of getting them together too.
What's to say about those young guys, him and Travah, that you returning all 5 starters from last year and they were able to crack that starting lineup?
Yeah, it speaks a lot for them. I think if you look at it like that with the 5 guys coming back and then them coming in and getting that starting job essentially, I think it speaks wonders. They came in, they were really physical as camp. That's what we live by with our offensive line, just being overly physical, overly smart, and quick. I think they just fit everything.
How much confidence do you have in Emmanuel Hall?
I think if you line up anyone in the country in front of Emmanuel Hall, he's going to be able to run by him. He's lightning fast. He's made an amazing stride too. I know in the Arkansas game he had a drop that he'd love to have back. I haven't seen that happen this camp and these practices leading up to this. He's really focused on becoming that complete wide receiver, and he's done an amazing job doing it.
What's the biggest message that coach is pushing and coming up with week 1 in the locker room?
The biggest message coach has been putting on us is just really coming out and competing. You kind of look at it, you talk about the Missouri name being in there, you can also look at it as it's Missouri State, and, you know, that we're Missouri. Look at it in all negative ways, but really, you know, you got to come out and practice every day like you're playing the #1 team in the country. And that's just been the big emphasis for us.
Did you notice, was there any difference in the sense of urgency going into this week compared to week 1 last year?
Yeah, I mean, we started off with a weird team last year with West Virginia, running a weird 3 down, chop 8 most of the game. It was just, you know, as a new offense, new OC, you know, we had a certain style that we wanted to play against, and they kind of gave us the exact opposite. So it was a little different coming into this week. You know how we want to attack it. We're more comfortable with everybody, so it's not as tensed up as it was last year. Like, oh gosh, like this is a weird defense. Don't know necessarily what we're doing as a new offense. Going to go take the field for the first time together. We're a little more, you know, comfortable with each other. Know how to adapt to different defenses now. So I mean, it feels good.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Andrew, at halftime said they're going to honor the 07 Missouri team. You were like 10 or 11 at the time. What do you remember from that team?
Who was the quarterback?
Chase Daniel and Jeremy Macklin.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, was Kaufman on there too?
Yeah.
I would watch. I was at the year against Colorado when he made the catch in the back of the end zone.
Then the Kansas game.
Yeah. Shoot. Can't really say enough about those guys. Jeremy's been on a couple things here, and then, you know, getting to talk to him, he's a class act. I mean, you can't say enough about him. And, you know, Chase came and worked out with us this summer and taught me a lot. It was cool to be able to get on the field with some of the guys you idolized growing up, and, you know, just be standing next to him on the field where, you know, you watched him play and beat Oklahoma, beat Nebraska, and all those guys. I don't know. It was surreal for me.
Did you go to the 07 game at Kansas City?
Was that the snow one or when they won? 2 and 3 where we became 1?
Yeah.
No, but I was actually at my aunt and uncle's house. Just got a plasma screen. They got a plasma screen.
Yeah.
First plasma I've ever watched a college game on. And, you know, we were standing there, and then when Reesing got sacked with the red grass in his helmet, that was my screensaver for like a month and a half after that game. A lot of memories from that game.
Yeah.
You mentioned that he taught you a lot. What were some specific things that jump out?
It was more mental aspects of the game. He's been in there 9 years. He was a free agent guy, wasn't picked up by anybody, and, you know, just the determination he has as a quarterback, and, you know, he wants to become a starter. I mean, he's played a good amount of games, and whether it was preseason or getting to go in a normal season game, but he's just not satisfied until he reaches his end goal, and he's going to do everything he can. So it was cool to hear that from him, and, you know, instead of like a coach or someone you idolized growing up, and, you know, is actually doing what you want to do when you grow up.
Thanks, Drew.
Yep.